Welcome to the Manifesting Latina podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Norma Reyes, a spiritual manifestation coach and your guide to creating simple spiritual routines that bring more calm, peace, and inspiration into your daily life. As a busy, ambitious Latina myself, I learned how to ditch the overwhelm by slowing down and connecting with my inner wisdom. And I want to teach you how to do the same. By listening to this podcast, you'll learn how to expand your mindset, your abundance, and your ability to receive without the burnout. So if you're ready to step into your power, elevate your spiritual practice, and make manifestation a way of life, you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Manifesting Latina podcast with me, Dr. Reyes, your spiritual manifestation coach and host. Here to help you create simple spiritual routines that bring more calm, peace, and alignment into your life. Today, we're going to cover the difference between aligned action and forcing things, how to recognize divine nudges and synchronicities, why slowing down is so important, and how it can actually speed up your manifestations. And then I'm going to share a few real life examples of what taking action in flow looks like. So grab a drink and let's get into it. Okay. The difference between aligned action and forcing. First, let's start with a simple truth. Manifestation requires action. Yes, you have to take action. It's not just about thinking positive thoughts or scripting in your journal. The universe responds when you move in alignment with your desires. But not all action is created equal. There's a huge difference between inspired action and being in hustle mode. Inspired action feels expansive, exciting, natural. It flows effortlessly. You get an idea, you feel a pull, and it just clicks. Inspired action leaves you feeling energized, not drained. It gives you a little buzz. It can be sometimes unexpected. You might suddenly feel the urge to reach out to someone, go somewhere, or start a project. A few weeks ago, I had this happen when I got the inspiration to create a aligned and abundant manifestation guide for you all, which is now live. And if you're not on my email list, get on there and go get your free guide. If you are on my email list and you haven't seen my email that went out about it, send me a DM and I will send it directly to you. Or you can just join the email list again and it will send it to you. Now, hustle mode. Hustle mode feels heavy, exhausting, and forced. This is when you're pushing, when you are trying to make things happen, even when it doesn't feel right. Like you're just like, I just got to get this done. And I get this done, it's going to happen. And then it leaves you feeling frustrated, stuck, or anxious if the results are not coming fast enough. And you can manifest in this way. We've done it a lot. All of us have done it in this way. And that's why we're all burnt out. But that energy is focused on lack rather than trust. And oftentimes you might be hustling all you want, and there's a part of you that's like, doesn't even matter because it's not going to happen. And then it doesn't happen. And as soon as you relax and say, like, okay, maybe I just need to relax, and then bam, it happens. Your manifestation comes through, whatever you're waiting for, whatever divine inspiration, because we're not meant to be doing all the time. We are meant to do and then surrender, do and then surrender. So how do you know if you're in hustle mode? This is when you feel like you're pushing yourself to the limit, you're over planning, you're trying to do everything on your own, only to feel like you're running in circles and that nothing is coming through. That's a sign that you're forcing instead of flowing. Now you might be thinking, okay, how do I know if I'm taking inspired action or not? The universe is always giving you signs. nudges, and synchronicities. And here's how to recognize them. First, there's intuitive hits. These are like little whispers inside of you telling you to reach out to someone, to try something new, go on a different route. It might not make logical sense, but it just feels right. And that's an intuitive hit. Repeating messages. Oh my gosh, I have a funny story about repeating messages. This is when you hear the same advice, a book recommendation, or an idea from multiple people. That's a sign. Pay attention to reoccurring themes in your life. I kept getting a repeated message for my husband. It was not a message, not for me, but it was for him. And that was to apply to this OT program through this online school, the brick and mortar somewhere in the Northwest. I don't even remember where. But it's called Saint K. And I kept every time I turned on the radio, mind you guys, I didn't even listen to the radio very often. I would just listen to Spotify or some other podcast. But for some reason, every single time I turned the radio on, this ad for this OT school came on. And finally, because in my mind, I'm like, oh no, like he doesn't want to do online school, or, I don't know how much that's going to cost. Like once I let go of the resistance of all the reasons why I was not giving him the message, he was able to receive the message. And then once he called them to enroll or to learn more about it, the admissions counselor, whatever, once he talked to them, I never heard that commercial ever again in my life. So sometimes you get messages for someone else. So another way that the universe gives you signs is when opportunities appear effortlessly. You casually mention a dream or something that you've been wanting to do, and suddenly someone just out of nowhere offers to help, or a random door pops open. Inspired action often leads to unexpected alignment. Another way to know whether it's a nudge or if you're trying to force something is allowing yourself to know the difference or understand the difference between feeling pulled versus pushed. So ask yourself, does this action feel exciting and natural? So this is like a pull, like you feel this pull calling you, or are you forcing yourself to do something you dread? And that means that you're pushing yourself and you're trying to force things versus really feeling that intuitive pull. For example, a few months ago, if I had tried to create that guide I was telling you guys about, I probably would have felt a lot of dread around it. And actually, because I felt pulled to do it, I probably did it in like 45 minutes and it just came together on Canva. So your body and your emotions are always guiding you. If something feels off, pause. I'm not saying that it's not meant for you or that it is not the right action for you. All I'm saying is that if something feels off, perhaps you just need to take some rest so you can recharge and actually take that aligned action in a way that is much better than the current way that you're trying to do it. Because the right path will always feel lighter, and even if it's challenging, it's just going to feel so great. Here's the part that might go against everything society has taught you. Slowing down actually speeds up manifestations. We live in a world that glorifies hustle, more hours, more effort, more struggle. But the truth is, when you slow down and align your energy, you allow the universe to work for you. Here's why rest and flow are powerful. When you pause, you can then receive clarity. If you're always busy, there's no space for divine download and the new ideas to come through. So you need to pause to be able to receive. Your energy shifts from scarcity to abundance. Instead of acting out of desperation, you move from a place of trust, knowing that you are always in abundance. When you're hustling, you're coming from a place of scarcity. You stop wasting energy on things that are not aligned. You'll naturally attract better opportunities instead of chasing the wrong ones. So when you are in hustle mode, you don't have time to see that something's a mistake. You're just hustling, you keep moving, and then later you're like, oh dang, I should have really taken a step back. So this is your reminder to take a step back, pass. And then you might even go in the same direction you were going, but now you have more energy to do it. Have you ever heard that manifestation is like planting seeds? If you keep digging up the soil to check on your progress, the seeds won't have time to grow. Sometimes the best thing you can do is step back, trust, and let things unfold. For example, I had a client of mine that wanted to manifest a better job. At first, she was in hustle mode, applying to dozens of jobs, networking nonstop, stressing about every interview, but nothing was working. Of course, the first thing I asked her to do in my coaching was to stop applying to jobs and take a break. After that, we worked on shifting her energy to be more in alignment in what she wanted to bring. So instead of forcing, she focused on feeling abundant and trusting the process. She worked on her self worth, visualizing her dream role, and then she followed some small intuitive nudges. A week later, she got an unexpected call from a past colleague about a position she hadn't even applied for that was offering her higher pay, better hours, and it was exactly what she was wanting. The lesson here is the right opportunities come when you align your energy first. So, yes, you still have to apply. Yes, you still need to network. Yes, you still need to do all those things. But if you are burning yourself out, you're not ever going to be in energetic alignment to receive what is meant for you. And what is meant for you is not going to pass you by. So, the fear of missing out, the FOMO, tell it, chill, because what is mine, and it will come. Yeah, something else I want to share. So, when I first started my business, I thought I had to post constantly, run ads. That's even embarrassing to say, and do all these things to attract clients. It really felt like a struggle. But the times that I have shifted into inspired action and just focused on what felt good instead of forcing to do all the things that business coaches and everything you hear on social media about what you do, and just started sharing from my heart and trusting that the right client would find me, guess what? They did. And sometimes it's doing some work that you know you need to do. Like earlier today, I was like, oh man, I really got to work on my numbers. I need to have a conversation with my husband so we can talk about the numbers. And I'm like, okay, well, it looks like for the next month, we're not going to meet our income that we need in order to be able to pay all our bills and everything. And as soon as like I just kind of let go and was like, okay, and then we're just going to use some of our savings. Boom, new client. And it was taking that divine inspired action. So sometimes that divine action that you need to take isn't always going to be like fun, easy stuff. It's looking at the numbers and then having just a clear, candid conversation of like, here's where we are, here's where we need to be, and we have the savings here to cover us, and then we'll just go and see how the month goes. And I already have more money coming in simply by shifting that. So again, energy attracts more than effort, and showing up authentically, the right people will be drawn to you, the right clients, the right opportunity, the right job, the right partner. Okay, so that is it for today. And as you go about your day, I want you to ask yourself, am I taking inspired action or am I forcing things? Where can I slow down and trust more? What intuitive nudges have I been ignoring? I would say right now, I feel the intuitive nudge. So that's the one that a lot of you have not been listening to. So I want you to take a moment right now and write down all the intuitive hits you've been feeling, even if you don't even take any action on them. I just want you to write them all down. That's it. And when you shift from hustle to alignment, you don't just manifest faster, you manifest with more ease, joy, and flow. All right. Before I end this episode, I decided to draw a card for you all from the Self-Care Wisdom Cards deck by Cheryl Richardson. I'll tag it in the show notes. And the card in the front, it says beauty. It's a picture of a woman facing the ocean. It looks like there's a sunrise going on. It's really, I see a lot of pinks, if pinks mean anything to anyone listening. It says, today you are a curator of beauty. You are blessed with moments that let you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that all is well in the world. I love this. I love this. I think it's a good reminder. We are always in flow. All right. If this episode resonated with you, take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram at Manifesting with Norma. I'd love to hear what you enjoyed about this episode. And if you're ready to dive deeper into aligned action and manifest with more ease, check out my coaching programs. Let's get you in taking action from a place of flow and not force. The link is in the show notes. Until next time, keep trusting, keep flowing, keep manifesting with ease. Thank you for tuning in to the Manifesting Latina podcast. I hope today's episode has inspired you to expand your mindset, embrace your spiritual power, and manifest with confidence. Remember, growth happens when you allow yourself to receive. And if you love this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who's ready to expand too. Until next time, keep believing, keep thriving, and keep manifesting your best self.